Everybody, how's it going out there? Welcome to Movies and Music with AJ. My name's AJ, and today we're doing things a little bit differently for our movie reaction. We're watching Pete's Dragon from 2016, directed by David Lowery. And yeah, this is my first time doing a kids-oriented film, although I can't say that it's my first time reacting to a PG film, PG rated, because oddly enough, Jaws, which I reacted to last month, Jaws is rated PG, which... man, these rating systems used to be so weird. I feel like Jaws was definitely an R-rated movie, but I guess this was before they invented R. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing Pete's Dragon, and yeah, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Usually I record these in order, right? These reactions, I record the introduction, and then I record the reaction, and then after that I record my closing thoughts on the film. But just the way the scheduling worked out today, I knew I was only going to have time to just watch the movie immediately, and then I'd have to come back later, I had to run an errand that was very timely at a specific time. But I knew I'd be able to come back and then record the conclusion, my closing thoughts, and then I could record the actual intro portion, which I never do it that way, but this is just how it worked out. And it's funny, the one time that I had to do it that way, I don't know if it shows on camera, but my eyes might be a little red right now. I might be a little puffy around the eyes, and that is because the tears indeed flowed during this movie. So yeah, it's funny that I had to try to record this intro. I wasn't going to try to play it off and lie to y'all and pretend that I recorded this intro first, because it was going to be a little sketchy if my eyes were clearly very puffy during the intro portion. So yeah, I just want to be full disclosure with y'all that, this is the one time I'm recording the intro after having watched the movie. That said, let's talk about the reason I'm watching this movie, and that is the director, David Lowery. Big fan of his work. I've watched two of his movies, the first one being A Ghost Story, and the second one being The Green Knight, which just came out in theaters. And yeah, let me tell you about that film. Oof. I usually have a lot to say after I'm done watching a movie, as y'all probably know if you've watched any of my videos before. But yeah, we walked out of the theater, my wife and I, after having watched The Green Knight, and we just sat on some patio chairs outside the theater, and I was just staring off into the distance. I just didn't know what to say. I had a lot of thoughts, but couldn't put any of them together enough to have a conversation about the movie. I just kind of had to sit there and let it marinate. It was a pretty intense movie. It was wild. And it was not very plot heavy, and that's not what David Lowery's about. Usually his films are very atmospheric, very poetic and cosmic. It's more about evoking certain feelings through image and through sound and through pacing. But there's not a whole lot of plot to speak for usually. It's just about creating a mood and just really sinking you in and making you feel that mood. And yeah, I definitely did with The Green Knight. And I'm so tempted to recommend it to everybody to go watch it, but it's just so specific. It's definitely not for everybody. If you are watching this reaction because you're a big fan of Pete's Dragon, that's awesome. Welcome. But I might not recommend The Green Knight for you, because it is definitely not a kid's film. Yeah, it's definitely a hard R-rated film. But yeah, then his movie, A Ghost Story, that was my favorite film of 2017. Again, it's just very cosmic and very epic, but not a whole lot happens, It's very much a film about time and space. It's this ghost, and I'm not going to give away the ending. It's about a ghost who is basically haunting this space. And I say space because it starts off as a house, but over time, a lot of time passes, and, what happens over time, houses get torn down, right? But this ghost still occupies that space, and it's just about the passage of time, and this ghost eventually sort of kind of losing his place, and not realizing why he's still haunting this space. And it's just very existential and cosmic and mournful and tragic and beautiful. And so yeah, it's right in my wheelhouse. It just evoked so many things for me watching that film. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's just the closing shot was this sort of just cathartic, really sort of just mind-blowing moment for me. So yeah, loved that film. So anyway, that's all to say that I'm a big fan of David Lowery's work, so I just wanted to watch another one of his films, and I felt like this was very different from what I've done on this channel, so it would be a good change of pace. So yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and leave it there. We can go ahead and jump into the movie now. This is going to be my reaction to Pete's Dragon from 2016, directed by David Lowery. Let's go. This already looks very Lowery-esque. This seems to be his color palette. Sort of this sepia golden palette.
Elliot. Elliot. His name.
Elliot.
Got it. Head Adventure. An adventure?
You gotta be brave. Are you brave?
I think you are the bravest boy I've ever met.
Uh-oh. That's a pretty cool shot. Look at him being brave already. Oh man, I'm already a little emotional. Seeing kids cry, it's just, that just... Wolves? We got wolves out here? I wonder what part of the country we're supposed to be in right now. Bad doggies. I'm guessing this is Pete, and we're about to meet his dragon. That is a big boy.
Are you gonna eat me?
It's a good question. It's a fair assumption. Does it talk? All this time, people have been up in those woods looking for Bigfoot, and they missed this dragon the whole time. Oh, why is the dragon so sad? You don't often see a furry dragon. Kind of looks more like a dog than a dragon. Kind of reminds me of the dragon from Neverending Story. I'm already emotional, man. This is not going to be pleasant. By the way, dragon nerds out there, I remember during Game of Thrones, during the height of that show, people being very, well, actually, about the dragons on that show. Because I guess there's a difference, like, between a dragon, and I forget the name of the other creature, but the difference being, I think is it dragons that have 4 legs and wings on their back, but when the wings are like part of the arms themselves, you know, that's not a dragon. Am I right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
You saw a dragon?
I sure did. Oof.
Scaring the kids again, Dad?
No. I was just giving him a leg up on what's out there in those woods.
I have seen bears and bobcats and just about every type of bird you can imagine. I have never seen a dragon. And I'll let you all know if I see anything big and green and breathing fire. Hey, Elliot!
I'm liking the music so far. I think it was Daniel Hart who did the music, who also did the music for A Ghost Story. Man, the music in that movie is phenomenal. Also in a pretty good band. Dark Rooms, I think was the name of the band.
Elliot!
Whoa, he's got like I guess sort of chameleon-like abilities. He took that lesson about courage a little too much to heart, didn't he? Like there's courage and then there's hubris. That looks fun as hell, though. That is just basically a big old dog, isn't it? It's a dog with wings. Just want to give him belly rubs. Scratch the back of his ears, see if he kicks.
What are you looking at?
I wonder if this is hinting about the origin of this dragon. Again, just big dog energy. Just carrying the biggest stick you can find.
Oh, come on, Grace, not again. One for Jack, one for you, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Is this a logging situation?
Pete and Elliot. And then...
Oh, why does he have a broken tooth? My guess here is that because this book is called Elliot Gets Lost,
I wonder where that lady came from.
and he named this dragon Elliot,
Don't worry,
we're gonna find out
I won't let her hurt you.
that this dragon is just lost and is looking for his family. Yep, my dog sleeps like that. These the loggers.
Did Jack give you okay to cut this deep?
Don't worry about Jack. Just keep cutting.
I like how Chucks are just like the universal, just... They're a shoe that anybody can wear at any time, at any age, any color.
Whoa.
They're the platonic ideal of shoe.
Don't let go! Don't. I'm hurt.
That is a Chuck liability though, isn't it? That if you don't have them properly laced up, they do tend to fall off pretty easily. That's why I always used to wear the high tops.
How old are you? 5?
You're not 5,
You're
kid.
pretty big to be a 5-year-old.
You fell out of a tree?
What were you doing in a tree?
Following him.
Hey. Pete? Is that your name? Do you know where your parents are? Your family?
Hey, come on, kid. Keep it coming.
Elliot didn't like that. Oh, that's a good attention to detail. The little flipped up ear thing and having to shake his head loose to get the ear loose. Oh. I know it's bound to happen, because this is what this movie is gonna be, but man, I don't want Elliot to be discovered by humanity. I want him to just live a peaceful life, but it wouldn't be a movie if that was the case.
I'm gonna take Natalie home, then head back out to the forest.
Be just fine right here.
Actually, he's gone.
I don't think so, kid.
We're not gonna hurt you. I promised. All right? Come here.
Hold on.
Man, a dragon with invisibility powers? Does he breathe fire? I wonder. Yeah, how did it take this long for somebody to discover those big giant footprints?
Where's your home? Can you tell me? If you come inside with me now, then tomorrow I'll take you back out to the woods and you can show me exactly where you live. I made it my job to protect the woods and everything in them.
And Elliot?
Who's Elliot?
Don't blow up your dragon spot, man.
Hey, guys, look at this.
Ooh. Yeah, if that was me in that situation, I'd definitely need a change of pants by the time this was all over.
It looks like a dragon. What's a dragon? That's a dragon. Like the song. What song? Go north with wings on your feet. Go north with the wind where the 3 rivers meet. Now look all around you and see. Deep in the forest there dragons will be.
You know, I lost my mom when I was not much older than you. But I want you to know, you are not alone.
I know. I have Elliot.
This is Elliot? He must be a very special friend. You're very brave. Did you know that?
It's probably like the one thing he doesn't
You might
know.
be the bravest boy I've ever met.
Ooh, emotional callbacks.
Elliot gets lost.
He is going on an adventure with his family. They are going camping in the forest. He is right where he belongs.
Poor Elliot.
Yeah, she left an hour ago.
Well, she hasn't shown up yet. We've got these people standing here, no question.
Elliot. I'm just not gonna stop making that joke. You know, I only saw E.T. for the first time. Might have been like 6 months before the pandemic. There was a theater screening in my area, and I got to see it for the first time on the big screen. It was fun. It held up for sure. I think we've officially reached the conflict ensues portion of the film, which, of course, always leads directly into the tears will flow portion of the film. There's our big boy with his broken little tooth.
Elliot.
Like, yeah, that's my name.
I got him!
I mean, this is a Disney movie, so I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of killing in it. But I'm cool with Elliot just eating all these dudes. Those darts gonna kick in though? Oh, sad how we're even hearing Elliot's heartbeat.
You need help. Did you see
Looking extra green, huh?
Did you just see that?
We are here to arrest the dragon.
I just want to see it. Now step aside.
There we go. Pete, first of his name. Breaker of chains. Buddy of dragons.
I don't see anything. It was right here. What was right
Did
here?
he go invisible? I don't know that he had the strength to fly.
It got out.
Stop what you're doing, young lady. Your feet don't even reach the pedals. Scoot over.
Wait!
I don't want to hurt your friend, son. I just want to help.
There we go.
I thought I put it in reverse.
Robert Redford, you troublemaker.
Follow that dragon! Attention all units. We're eastbound on Millhaven Road.
Attention all units. We're in pursuit of an absolute unit. I'm gonna need this dragon to breathe fire at some point. Fly, buddy, fly. It's the only way to get out of here. Oh.
Stop. He'll stop.
Fool's out of his mind. That's crazy. Okay, hang on tight. We're gonna have to do this another way.
This kid's been in too many car accidents. Now he's got some energy.
Elliot! No!
Breathe fire.
Elliot, no!
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted. That's some proper dragon fire, too.
I need them! I need them.
Come on!
Uh-oh. That is a steep fall. How high is this bridge off the ground?
Come on, Ellie.
Nah, he saved him. The thing about Disney movies is parents die in the first act, but once you get like deep into the movie, parents stop dying. What'd I tell you? We thought that dragon had a hug.
I know.
Hey, wait!
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Where do they go from here? I feel like they have to find a new home.
People know you're here. They'll come looking for you.
Do they move away together and live happily ever after, or do they have to say goodbye? He's a good boy.
But I can't disappear. But I don't want to leave you. Oh!
I knew this movie was gonna do this to me. As soon as he made that dragon look like a dog. And honestly, I thought that maybe the dragon would die at the end and that was gonna be the real tearjerker. But even just like having to say goodbye. Alright, get your shit together, come on. Why didn't I get a box of tissues? Definitely should have the tissues ready to go. For like on the other side of the room. So I don't want to get up. There he goes. Goodbye, buddy.
He knows that the North Star shines brightest of all. He knows that there's magic in the woods. If you're lucky, that same boy, the bravest boy I've ever met.
Oh, that song.
Tell you where to
Keep
find
going north and you'll find him. Is he gonna be out here? I wouldn't mind seeing him one last time, but honestly it'd be a little cheap for that goodbye. There he is. You know what? I'm having my cake and eating it too. I don't mind seeing him one more time. Takes away a little bit of the impact of that goodbye. If he gets to see him again. Oh my... Okay, that was worth it. He found his family. Elliot is no longer lost. Ah, David Lowery, man. You got me. You got me good. I knew it. I knew it as soon as they made clear that the conceit of the story was going to be that it was a boy and his dog story. I just knew that tears were going to flow at some point. And sure enough, they got me. David Lowery got me. Yeah, you know, it's funny, like, you see online on YouTube and such that they have these, you know, try not to laugh challenges. And it makes me wonder if they have try not to cry challenges. Because I was just thinking, like, this movie, if you were going to make a try not to cry challenge, like, tailored specifically for me, it's like, yeah, make it about a boy and his dog. They're going to have to say goodbye at some point. Make it a period piece. Why not? You know, throw that little hazy lens of nostalgia on there. Yeah, this movie felt like it was doing everything in its power to get me to cry at some point, and it worked. But you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, you could say that it's manipulative. You know, when you get the soundtrack that has the strings and the horns and the swell of music, and the kid with the teary eyes. It's just like, there's that criticism that people have that film, is manipulative. And to that I say, yeah, it is. Manipulate away. Manipulate me. That's why I'm here. That's why I sat down to watch your movie, is to be manipulated. Because that's the thing, is like, we don't realize that, but any type of movie that we're into, if you're into horror films, you don't sit down saying, I'm not going to be scared. You sit down, part of it, is the adrenaline rush and the thrill of not knowing when the scare is going to come. Like, we love to be scared. It's the same reason we ride roller coasters. A roller coaster is manipulative. You're not really free falling for your life, but it's tricking your body into making you think you are. And that's, where the fun and adrenaline of it comes. All entertainment on some level, all art on some level is manipulation. And that's what we love about it. So yeah, it's just, yeah, if you're going to try to make me cry in a movie, good. I want to cry. Well, actually, I don't want to cry. It's funny. Like, I think about when I was a kid, and, you'd get sick, and like, I would be nauseous as a kid. I'd have the flu or a cold, and, I'd just be really nauseous. And like, from experience that, like, if you just throw up, you're going to feel better afterward. If you just have an upset stomach and you're nauseous and you're just not feeling good, you got the spins, just throw up. And, how many times have immediately after throwing up in that situation, you just immediately feel so much better. Like, it's like a weight's lifted, and you just, feel much better. But it's like the act of it, you're not looking forward to it. You're trying to avoid it. It's like, please just let me get better without actually having to do the thing that I know is going to make me feel better. Because that thing is really hard, and I don't want to do the hard thing. It is not pleasant to throw up. But that's going to make you feel better. And sometimes you just have to do the unpleasant thing, just get through it to know, to heal. And it's the same thing with crying. I feel like, crying in a way is just like emotional vomit. You know what I mean? It's like, nobody wants to cry, and it doesn't feel good in the moment to be crying, but damn, do you feel better afterward, Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a red flag when you see a guy who says stuff like crying is weak or that they don't cry. It's like, I'm not telling you have to cry. You definitely don't have to. But if you don't, it's not because you lack pain. It's not because you don't have some hurt in you. But who in their life doesn't have some sort of pain, some sort of unresolved issue? Who hasn't had their heart broken? Who hasn't lost a loved one? Who hasn't, just been put through the ringer of life in some way, from small to large? We all have some sort of injury that we carry, and we don't all always deal with it immediately, automatically. We all have some sort of residual issue that we could be dealing with and just are not, just because of the momentum of life. And, who has time to deal with all their issues? A lot of us just don't. We don't make the time. So what that results in is just bottling up and suppressing any injury that we've sustained in our lives, whether that's physical or emotional. How many of us have physical injuries that we just don't tend to? I trained Muay Thai, a martial art, for a year and a half. Yeah, so I still have residual elbow pain from that year of, throwing elbows into a heavy bag, So it's just like, yeah, we have all kinds of unhealed injuries, whether it's physical or emotional. So yeah, I just feel like it can be very therapeutic to just let that out every now and then. And so yeah, anybody who says that you shouldn't or that they don't, that to me is just kind of a red flag. It just lets me know that that person more than likely has some bottled up issues that they're not dealing with. Yeah, so I guess moral of the story and conclusion of this rant is, don't bottle things up. And if you have it in you, if you need to let it out, do it. It's only going to benefit you. You're going to feel better afterwards. A weight's going to be lifted. So don't avoid doing the hard thing you don't want to do because you're afraid of what that says about you, or that, you feel like you think it makes you weak if you do that, because it doesn't. That expression, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Having a good cry doesn't kill you. It only makes you stronger. So anyway, yeah, I don't know that I really have much of a review of the film beyond that. Just to say, yeah, it was a good movie. David Lowery is clearly someone who's in control of his craft as a filmmaker. And he's versatile. This proves to me, The Green Knight, A Ghost Story, and this were very different films. I haven't seen his other films. I know he had, is it Ain't Them Body Saints, I think is what it's called. I've seen the trailer for that, and I know it looks like a very different film from any of these three films of his that I've seen. So yeah, very versatile filmmaker. But the one thing that these three films that I've seen of his have in common is that there's just a real atmospheric sort of, there's almost a poetry to them, Even this film, which, it's a Disney film, it's a kid's film, but it had this sort of air to it, this sort of atmosphere that you don't get from a lot of kids movies, at least certainly not nowadays. I feel like a lot of kids movies nowadays, they're just a lot of like noise and spectacle. They're just very loud, and they're very, paced in a very fast way. They're meant to really keep your attention, whereas this film, and I think it benefits that it was a period piece, because we think back to this era as being a time that was a more easygoing, slow-paced time. There wasn't all this technology to distract people. So I think that helped this movie to establish the tone that it wanted to establish. The fact that it was set, pre-smartphones and pre-laptops and pre-tablets, that, these people could live at the pace that the movie wanted to set for us as the audience. So I think that was a pretty brilliant decision. But yeah, David Lowery definitely just has this sort of, he can really just create a real rich, thick atmosphere, almost a haunting atmosphere. So yeah, I think that's his strength, is just, you talk about pacing and film and editing, and like I think people prefer nowadays a quicker pace to their films, and Lowery's films are definitely much slower paced, but at least for me, I never feel the pace. It never feels like they're dragging. He feels very much in control of the slow pace of his films, and it really benefits the films overall. So yeah, just a real strong filmmaker. Really excited for his future as a director, and what other kinds of films he's gonna do. So yeah. So yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and leave it there. That feels like a good place to end it for today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow along with more of my movie reactions, we do this every Monday. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Signing out for today, my name is AJ. This has been Movies and Music with AJ. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.